catch you up on my plans this next year. I'm nervous.
Whenever a gluten-free tortilla looks too good, I get a little concerned.
Pool party. What a whirlwind, right? Hi friends, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. I am starting a vlog in the evening, which I feel like I could count on one hand how many times I've ever done that in the 9 years that I've been doing YouTube. But the reason is I'm filming a Saturday vlog tomorrow, which is also out of the norm a little bit as of recent. And we are starting the day tomorrow. I convinced Jordy and his brother to come to a Pilates class with me. I cannot wait to see them at Pilates because they're both like pretty strong guys. And I've seen other strong guys in these reformer Pilates classes, and you just work muscles that you've never worked before. So they're always like, oh, that's really hard. Also, as of today, I've officially decided what I'm doing with my next year and with culinary school and with all that. So when we have time to sit down and chat about all that, I will catch you up on all the details because, man, things just kept changing. And I finally wrangled in a plan, which feels really good. But before all of that, I am getting so hungry and wanting to make dinner, and I've thawed some steaks, and I think it's gonna be a steak night. So shall we eat? To cook my steaks today, I have a new fun toy to play with. The more I learn about cooking, the more I learn about like tools and how good tools totally affects the outcome of your dish. And a brand that I love came out with a new launch, and I'm so nerdy excited about this. And I am getting to work with them on today's video, meaning I have a discount code for y'all. This new bad boy from our place. This is their new titanium Always Pan Pro. This thing is literally indestructible. Something that's really cool about it is most nonstick pans are coated with PFAS, which are forever chemicals, which if you've heard anything about them, there's a lot of health concerns surrounding them. This is not coated, it's constructed to be nonstick. Do you see that pattern on the inside? That pattern is the key there. They figured out some pretty cool science. The outside of this is stainless steel, but the inside of this is an ultra hardened titanium that's 300% more strong than stainless steel. So you can do a lot with this. This is safe up to 1,000 degrees. You can put this in the dishwasher. Most other nonstick pans you can't, and as someone with celiac, I very much appreciate that because if someone else is cooking in my house, there might be gluten. I just like to run things through the dishwasher whenever I can. If you're nerdy and you like to cook and you really care about like getting a good sear and things like that, I definitely recommend reading on the science because it's pretty mind-blowing what they figure out how to do without using those forever chemicals. It's so indestructible that it has a lifetime warranty. So pots and pans are normally quite pricey, but to have a lifetime warranty on something that is so durable makes the investment feel really worth it. Like this is gonna be around my whole life. So we love that. They did give me 10% off, Michel 10. Thank you to our place for sponsoring this video. Let's eat some dinner. Look at that sear that I got. Look at that. Medium well. Not too bad. I just love steak, and the more and more I learn how to cook them, the more and more I think that eating out at a steakhouse is a scam. When they do just a simple steak, I'd rather have it at home. I'm watching YouTube while I eat. We're doing a proper dinner with everybody later. Jordy's teaching a lesson, but I was so hungry. I couldn't even wait. So my companion is YouTube. I'm watching Lauren Elizabeth. She moved into her grandma's house, and it's so cute. Like, what a sweet memory to make. So enjoying that. Max is barking at me though, and I'm realizing I haven't really moved today. It's been a big computer day. I've had meetings. I've officially started onboarding someone to do the assistant work. I know I mentioned to y'all that it was going to be my friend. She had to move. She had some life things pop up. So I've actually onboarded my cousin. My cousin is going to be slowly integrating into an assistant role to help me while I do school and class. I'll update you on that later. Eventually she hopes to move here. So been a day of onboarding and meetings, and I haven't moved. So I think I'm gonna feed Max and take him on a hot girl walk. By hot girl, I mean the sun is out. The sun is sunning.
Wow, it's Saturday. I love Saturdays because it's all play. Well, you know, some days Saturdays are my catch-up day, and Sundays are my fully rest day, but Saturday's always a healthy mix of like catching up on things and playing, and I'm so excited for Pilates. On my walk yesterday, I've been listening to a new podcast. I just finished The Wedding Singer, The Wedding Scammer, which I think I told y'all is a really good catch me if you can. And then I've been listening to a new episode of Something Was Wrong, and those episodes are always like a little dark and a little spooky, and I was wearing my headphones, and I think I'm not going to let myself listen to podcasts when I walk anymore, because I was like, it's probably good for me to be hyper aware, especially because I was wearing headphones, but everything spooked me out. But I felt like I was being chased a couple times in a row. Anyways, I was walking down this new part of the neighborhood, and there was this guy, probably my age, sitting in this car, and the car was still running, and he was just sitting there, and it wasn't like necessarily in front of a house, and I just kind of took note of it. I walked by him, and I was like, whatever, and I kept walking, and then eventually when I got down the end of the street, I turned around and he had pulled to the end of the street and then parked again and had just stopped. And I was like, is he following me? So I just like started walking faster and like kept kind of like looking behind to make sure he wasn't like gradually like inching forward and parking every like block or so. And so I was a little spooked by that. And I get to the end of this street, and there's this lady that kind of comes out of nowhere, and she's like not dressed for walking, but she's like walking fast, and I'm like, is she following me? So I started walking faster again, and I get to the end of the street, and I have the option, I could take this shortcut to like walk up this hill, not on like a sidewalk or a street or anything, but like through the terrain, kind of walk up this hill and get to my house faster by then cutting through a parking lot. And so I start doing that because I kind of feel like this lady's like gaining speed on me. And as I start walking up this hill, I pass this bush, and I get to the other side of the bush, and there's a man that's like laying behind the bush, and he just looks up at me like this, and I was like, ah. So I turned around and I start like sprinting back down the hill with Max. And mind you, the whole time there's like scary music playing on this podcast that I'm listening to. I think only happy music when I walk from now on, because everything red is a lot scarier. You know? Liam, are you excited? Are you excited? Thoughts? How was it, everybody?
That was great.
How was it?
I thought it was great. I thought it was weird how we had something called a booty band, but we never put it on our booty.
Yeah. Did you feel it in your booty?
Well,
though?
it just felt like a lie to me. Oh, is that the thing?
Mm-hmm. You feel the burn in your booty.
It's like
because it's around your thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not into the
great.
whole
Power yoga.
religion of it.
One step closer to cutie booties.
That's right.
So we wanted to go from Pilates to brunch to try out. Jordy has been talking about this one vegan breakfast burrito since before I moved here, and I've never had it. I think they can do it gluten-free from a spot called The Plot, and they just opened a second location. That's The Express, and it's like in this cute center. I've taken y'all before. A coffee shop that I love opened its second location there in Carlsbad. We were on our way, and then we like mapped there, and it said closed, and I was like, oh, they don't open till 11. So we're back home for a bit. Jordy's getting a little bit of work done. I honestly just might as well get cute. I wonder if this hair is salvageable. It might be a pony day, but I figured I would take this opportunity while we're back home and while I freshen up to catch you up on my plans this next year, because it has been a lot to figure out with all the changes with culinary school about like what I should do and what like the best path is for me. And I almost wish I like never told the internet about it, because I mean, I wasn't planning on them changing it, but I just hate saying I'm doing something and then the plan's changing. Like I would rather just like kind of keep it on the hush hush until it's finalized. And in my defense, I thought it was finalized because they told me literally the week before school was supposed to start that they were pushing the program. So as a quick little recap, here's what happened. I took a 3-month course at a culinary school and decided that it would be really fun to go ahead and do their full pro diploma program, because they were launching a new program that was hybrid. And the hybrid program was a year long in total, in full, and you do some 2 days a week at home, and then you go in every so often for 3 full days for all your exams and everything. And that was supposed to start in June.
all geared up, all ready to go, paid my tuition, like got my serve safe, did all of my orientation stuff, took all of my like reading and math comprehension exams, ready to go. And then they call me and say, hey, we're still developing this program. We want to make sure that we get everything like absolutely perfect. We just don't feel like we're ready yet. We're going to push the program. And I was like bummed, because if they start late in the year, then that means like all of 2025, I'm pretty much tied down. But then they said we might launch our accelerated program, which is 3 months, super intense. You basically learn everything you need to know in 3 months, and it's still a diploma program. And I was like, that's a dream. All in person. I would love to just like pedal to the metal, just like figure it out for 3 months and then complete it all. That's incredible. So I was getting really excited for that. And that was fully dependent on them working with the Honda Center. They have a whole culinary team, and they will send their cooks and their chefs through this program to get more formal training and for them to get their diploma. So they'll send like enough cooks and chefs through at once to basically fill the program. And they were like, you can just jump in on that if that happens. That ended up falling through. So I feel like I was like, oh, for like every one of these plans, which I knew was a risk doing a program that hadn't been launched yet. I knew I was going to be kind of a guinea pig. They've done, I think, over 40 cohorts of their normal program, but this was going to be their first of this like new hybrid program. So I knew that there was going to be some like growing pains and some learning things. And honestly, I was just kind of like, I really started to like the idea of learning everything hands-on in person, because I want to have the best training possible. I want someone to be hard on me. I want someone to taste everything I do and tell me if it's bad. It's a little bit harder to do that the hybrid way. And then I started being like, in all of 2025 being tied up in this program feels a lot more daunting for some weird reason, as opposed to like graduating in 2025 summer. And I was talking to my chef instructor in the program I was in, who helped develop the pro program and is literally one of the professors, teachers, chef instructors for the pro students. We were talking about all of this, and he was talking about how one day his dream is to start a new culinary school in San Diego. And my friend that was doing it with me is also in this area. So we were like, is there any way, instead of doing the pro program here, we are kind of your first students and you develop a curriculum of your own and teach us? And he was like, interesting. That could be beneficial, mutually beneficial for sure, because I would learn everything hands-on and I would have full control over the schedule. And also he would commute to us instead of us commuting all the way to Orange County. So we talked about it. We've been mulling it over. We've been talking logistics, like how he would structure the curriculum, how we would essentially be able to learn all of the core techniques that we were going to learn in the pro program, but through a new curriculum, because he obviously has to create a new curriculum. He can't just like reuse the curriculum he created for another school. And we've ended up creating something that we're going to do for the rest of the year, and we're going to do it literally from my kitchen. The downsides to this is obviously it's not an accredited thing. I can't say I have a diploma, but the upside is it gets to be fully catered to us and kind of our interests. My friend that's doing it with me, her main interest is like full fabrication and butchery of animal, which I also think is incredibly fascinating and something that I want to learn because I don't know a lot of that. And obviously mine is gluten-free. And then also plating, because what I want to do is more kind of food media, and the visual aspect is kind of the most important part of food media. So we get to kind of combine all of those things into this curriculum, but he's still making sure that we get to touch all the core skills that we need to know. So we're going to do that for the rest of this year. And then my hope is there's two possible programs that I'm hoping the school I was at will bring back. One is the advanced program to what I was in, which would be an additional 10 weeks. Whenever they bring that back to their calendar, I definitely would love to sign up. So all in all, I will have done 22 weeks in person at that school. Or if they ever bring back the accelerated program, I would love to do it, because yet again, it would be starting from square one, probably learning things over that I've already learned or already will learn by doing this like home tutoring version. But then I could just refresh everything and complete the process and then formally have a diploma at that point. But I think I've decided that doing the hybrid program for all of 2025, it just kind of doesn't make sense. And I'm excited to learn everything in person and have someone, I really just want someone to be like a total hard ass on me. Kitchens are hard. I've worked on the line before. They're pretty cutthroat. They're pretty brutal. And I want that environment. Like I don't want anyone to be delicate or gentle on me. So I think having someone actually over your shoulder for everything you do and being like, nope, don't do that. No, what are you doing? That tastes like crap. Like whatever will be really good for my skill and development. So man, it's been a roller coaster, but I've formally got it all locked in. We have all of our dates for the rest of the year locked in. I have got my refund of my tuition. We've created a contract with this chef instructor who he's awesome. He has worked at French Laundry. He has worked at like mini Michelin spots. He's really talented. He like goes into existing restaurants and then completely revamps their menu and retrains their staff to help them elevate. He does a lot. And so the fact that he's willing to take this on as well is kind of surprising, but I do think it's a good chance for him to kind of practice developing curriculum that he wants to do for one day launching his own school in San Diego. So it's definitely a turn of events and not what I necessarily expected. I do feel like I can't say like I'm going to culinary school anymore because I'm not. I'm doing the program in a completely different way out of my own home. I'm tired of waiting for someone else to like put it together and make it happen. So I'm just taking matters into my own hands and making it happen in a way that works for me and my schedule. I'm really looking forward to it. And we're going to do it on the days, at least for the first half, the days that Oceanside has the farmer's market, so that we can go and source a lot of fresh products as well. He's like pre-ordering the specialty ingredients we need, but then we're also going to learn about like seasonal produce sourcing, being able to kind of ebb and flow with what's in season and what's fresh. And I think that that's a really good skill too, because when you're working in a restaurant, that's a lot of times someone's job as they go in the morning and they do the buying, and they'll maybe have to pivot a dish or modify a thing or two depending on what the farmers bring. So I'm excited to learn all of that too. So that's the plan. What a whirlwind, right? I do want to get dressed, I think, instead of staying in workout clothes. This is a shirt I got in a recent sip and thrift, and I don't know if it's come out yet or not, but I'm like pretty positive that I want to crop it. And it's been so long since I've cropped a thrifted shirt. I'm a little nervous to do it. I think I should crop it a little longer than I think I need it first, and then we can adjust it. I used to always use the edge of a counter whenever I would sip and thrift and do things like this frequently so that I could get like a somewhat straight line. I'm nervous. Oh, you know what I actually recently bought? Oh, I wish I thought of this before I started cutting it. I recently bought hem tape. I could have cut this like an inch longer and then folded it and done that. Cause these lines are not looking great. I'm actually pretty bad with scissors and handwriting and all things that require dexterity. Okay, all right. Let's try it on though. I actually do think this could stand to come up another inch, meaning we can try the hem tape. I don't know, it's a pretty good thrift find. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna just wear this. Moment of truth, gluten-free burrito. Ooh, so it's vegan. It's Spam, egg, and cheese, but it's none of those things actually, because it's vegan. And a sauce? Let's see. Give it a bite. Was it like what you remembered? Totally different, but really good. Okay. Ooh, look at that gluten-free tortilla. It looks a lot like yours. Whenever a gluten-free tortilla looks too good, I get a little concerned. Oh. Wow. The pickled onion. It's pretty good. I'd say 8 out of 10. What'd you say? He said 10 out of 10. For vegan. For vegan. Liam just left and came back with this beautiful looking thing. Man, I wish I could gluten. That's so pretty though. Look at those layers. Is there corn? Wow, good call. Made a little pit stop at the estate sale warehouse. Oh, did you find medical devices? Oh. Nope. Look at this cool retro popcorn machine. What do you think that the letters and numbers do? Pop-O-Matic machine, $12. Kind of cool. If you don't live in a coastal town, you might not know about the marine layer, which is such a crazy concept to me. Like, we were just closer to the ocean and it was so dark and overcast. It's 1 p.m. So dark and overcast, like clouds, haze basically through the palm trees.
And we were saying, wow, this might be the first time that the marine layer hasn't like burned off at our house, because normally it's sunny here and like pretty foggy near the coast all day long. The difference is staggering, just 2 miles apart. We're like, since it's so sunny and beautiful here, what if we have a Saturday just pool day? Everyone's gonna like lay down and rest for a minute, and then maybe an afternoon pool party. Welcome to Saturdays over here. I feel like I literally never vlog Saturdays anymore, and y'all are always seeing me trying to juggle filming and also computer stuff coming in all the time. The watermelon one of these is just so good. Pool party in a bit. In a bit.
Way up in the canyon, hidden in the hill, my mystery companion is sitting by the sill, wrapped around her finger, a blade of blonde, like a folk singer of the popular song. What if I could write a letter from the car, jump on my old bike, drop it through her door, penning her perfection, simple words at play, threading our connection through simple words that say.
Wow. Oh, I left the fridge open. This is the song when I forget to close the door. I just told Jordy, I'm like, I'm so surprised it's 3:30 and I feel like I've already lived so many lives today. Like, we worked out, we went out and we got brunch, we walked around town, we came back, we rested, I watched some YouTube, I then watched an interview with a YouTuber more about like the business side, which is always good for me to like kind of, you know, see what other people are doing and thinking and feeling about the industry. And then I deep cleaned the whole upstairs. I didn't record that. We have friends that are coming into town tomorrow to stay with us. We're literally a hotel. We have a revolving door, which I love. It's really sweet. So I feel like, you know, we're always resetting our little, I call it our little Airbnb up there. Got groceries. Just cleaned out the pantry and the fridge, restocked new groceries. The pool's heating up. It's getting ready to go. I got stuff to do spring rolls tonight. Jordy's gonna grill some chicken thighs. Then I figured I could take some of that meat and do some spring rolls because I've been reading up on low histamine recipes, and spring rolls were something that I saw with just like a ton of good herbs and veggies, and then I'm gonna make like a little almond butter dipping sauce. So I thought that would be a fun, colorful, vibrant way. It really is just like a salad wrapped up and you dip it in the dressing instead of toss it in the dressing is really what a spring roll is, the more I'm thinking about it, but with a lot more herbs. And I got jalapeno and mango to put in there too. So yeah, I'm like, it's 3:30 and I really feel like I'm vlogging today, but it feels like such an off day. It's so crazy. But I think here in a bit we're gonna transition into hanging out in the pool. Jordy brought me his, I need to get a rash guard. We normally only like pool in the evening when I don't have to worry about sun, but he lives in a rash guard. And this crazy hat that he got, he literally surfs in this hat. We're both very aware of sun exposure. He burns really easily. You'll probably see him with a red nose all the time because it just burns if he's out in the sun for 5 minutes. And then I can't because lupus. So I'm gonna borrow his rash guard, which is literally a dress on me. But we're not about to get sunburned today. And then I can transition into looking cute when the sun goes down. So how about we end off this vlog on a little pool party montage, whatever it may hold. If I get any footage of the spring rolls, I'll put it in the montage too so you can see how they turn out. But I want to say thanks again to Our Place for partnering with me on this video. Michel 10% off. Read up on the new Pro Pan because I have never had a titanium or steel or anything pan. I've only ever had nonstick. So it's really fun to get to work on something that feels so professional. It's like more similar to what I've been learning on in class. And speaking of class, excited to see y'all's thoughts. I think it's kind of the best solution with all of the options I've been presented, and I'm excited to embark on this little journey. And then if more opportunities pop up later, have the freedom and flexibility to do those too. I think it's gonna be kind of the best of all worlds, but I'll take y'all along on all of that as well. Anyways, I love you. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and let's have a little pool party.
What if I could write a letter from the car, jump on my old bike, drop it through her door, penning her perfection, Simple words that play.
You're just a vibe.
Threading our
You're just a little
connection.
orange boy.
Through
Yeah.
simple words that say, what's on your mind? Beautiful girl, what's on your mind? Beautiful girl, what's on your mind? Beautiful girl, come down in time and shed light on me. Clouds around the city, lovers come and go, partners out the pretty, wander up my road. I can hear them whisper, simple words that play. I can hear them whisper, simple words that say, what's on